behind the games.
So, happy Valentine's.
Happy Valentine's.
For people here. There's more people here than usual today.
Single game.
Today will be the French defense. So, other than croissants and pastry, the French people are famous for the French defense.
Yes.
The story behind the French defense is actually there's a match between London and Paris, and then they were playing the match over telex, which is you send like Morse code over the internet, like some thing, and then it was, the move was E4 and then E6 for Paris, so they call it the French defense. This is actually my sort of secret weapon to a lot of E4 players. Most of y'all will start off like this. Right? And then you all are very used to this reply, or some of you have seen this reply. Now the French starts with this, E6.
How did you mention D5 but not C5?
You could. C5 is the Sicilian, but I don't play much Sicilian, so
like
I don't really know much yet.
Responses now.
So for the French is E4, E6. Now this is the most boring move you can ever play, and knowing me, the French is my style. I do nothing all day, and then like you can't move your pieces, afterwards you sleep, and then I turn the clock, and then I win on time. That's how I usually play. Okay? So this is the French. You don't exactly win by having initiative. It's different from like openings like the Sicilian or the Scandinavian. You don't exactly have a lot of active things happening. Right? The whole point of C5 or the whole point of D5 is that after the pieces get traded, you develop another piece to support that piece. Right? Not for the French. The French is a very boring, solid, you do nothing all day kind of thing. Okay, we shall see some main line, and then I'll show you again. Alright, the next few line, general principle is if you can take the center, you take the center. The whole point of E6 is to play D5. Alright, you wanna have imagine you wanna have a D5 pawn, but because white already played E4, you take back. Alright, that's the whole point of playing E6. Alright, once again in this position, you are giving white a sort of chance. You're asking him what he wishes to do. Alright, now most people are not familiar with the French. They are more familiar with the Sicilian, more familiar with Petrov or something I've never played before. But they are not familiar with this particular move. So you're giving them an option. Either one, as we have shown just now, you trade. Two, you play the advance. Or three, you follow principle and develop. Right, you want to defend this pawn, so you develop. I'll show you two traps and one exciting opening. Alright, we'll do what's the hardest for this class, which is the advance. It's called the advanced French, not because it's for advanced level, because you advance the pawn. Alright, there's nothing to do with skill level. But in this position, most beginners don't like it. Right? Everything is blocked. And imagine if we can develop pieces. My black bishop can't go anywhere. Your white bishop can't really go anywhere. And the knight, even if I developed it, is not really jumping to squares that are very profitable. Alright? So we shall see what is the main line of the advance, and then we will show you a trap. Alright. Whole point for French here is to attack this pawn. So what's a move that can attack the pawn?
C5.
And then white defense.
C3.
C3, that is a common move. But you can play another move. You can go C3. And you can do knight F3. Both are equally okay. But the whole point is you're about to build pressure on this white pawn. Right? So you guys can name me ways to continue attacking the d4 pawn.
Knight C6.
C6.
And now knight f3.
Continue attacking your d4 pawn.
Queen b6.
Anyone else? Queen b6. How can white defend the d4?
Bishop.
Bishop.
Ooh, a gambit, huh?
Bishop? What?
He said bishop d3.
Not bishop. To defend the pawn, right?
Yes, yes.
I just bishop.
I can continue.
Does that work though? Knight h6.
Knight a6.
h6.
Ah, okay, your plan is to do this afterwards. I don't quite like this one. Reasoning because once takes, it's very hard for you to go somewhere here. It's not wrong, it is an opening, but it's not my preferred way. You
Yeah,
want to stay as
yeah, but
boring
even
as
then,
possible.
Knight e7.
Yeah. Even with the double pawns, white doesn't have much of a chance to attack the black king there because the dark squared bishop is basically unopposed.
No, very true. It's just it's not my kind of boring position. It's a very, you wanna play tactically kind of thing. It's okay.
If you want a boring position, just do e4, e5 kind of openings.
So what's another boring position that can reach your same idea of putting the knight?
Knight g e7.
E7. I think you have a problem after.
Yeah, that's why you go knight h6.
Then you can do this. So
Actually, why didn't you just... I didn't see that. Why didn't you just do queen takes b2 right away? I didn't even see that.
you might have a lot of issue after.
Queen a3.
Once again, not wrong, but you're moving your queen a lot now, and then you're lacking in development afterwards. So for if you like a more trading kind of thing, no problem. Just take what you want, but be careful. All right. Now let's. I think it's in here. We shall play a boring move. All right. And then what's your kind of move that you like to do with this bishop? Yeah. Or it's your favorite move as well? It's a beginner's favorite move. Whenever they can do something with this bishop, they would like to do something with this bishop in a particular manner.
Like to just pin the knight to the something like that. But actually, I don't really like to do
Just
that.
go a6.
Black can win a pawn.
Black can win a pawn.
C takes d4.
C takes d4. An even better move. It's the right idea. Black can win a pawn. So this is the first trap. Usually, white tends to play this pinning move without thinking much. But you can win a pawn.
It's got to be either queen a5 or queen a6.
Do you have the move? It's a lot of conversion here. The hint is this knight.
Knight just take d4, right?
But he said
D4 is the right idea, but the wrong move. Now you take into account where the knight can go and how the knight moves. I can win a pawn while sort of saving my bishop or saving my knight. This is one of the hard tactics in the French. Okay.
Wait. Is it?
Uh,
Is it pawn first? Like take the
Pawn?
pawn, say C.
I just said c takes d4.
Yeah, C takes d4.
no, with the knight.
Oh, with the knight.
With the knight.
Knight a5.
Knight a5. But you're not winning a pawn. I can win a pawn. Okay, two. What's the idea here? If knight takes, bishop takes. I win a pawn. If bishop takes, knight retreats. Like a Frenchman, I take a pawn. Alright, now if you continue with your idea of pawn takes pawn, I either develop my bishop or knight takes pawn. So you notice straight away that white doesn't have a center pawn, and then black has a lot of center control. This is the boring French defense you have here. Now, if instead we played this move, alright, and then white plays this move. Now, how many pieces are defending the d4 pawn?
2.
And how many pieces are attacking the d4?
3.
But it's not a pawn you can take. Reason being, pawn
It
takes,
is. It's just a gambit, and you have to defend carefully.
pawn takes, knight takes, sorry, knight takes.
No. You go bishop d7 first
Now,
before
if
you take with the knight.
that's true, but let's say I don't know how to play the French. What's the move to
Bishop
win the queen?
b5 check.
And after I defend, did you see the move? So it all started from here. Right? Sometimes when you calculate, you thought to yourself, I have 1, 2 pieces defending, I have 3 pieces attacking. And I should be alright. But you must remember that your king is an open diagonal. Alright? So this is the second trap for the French. Now, I want to take a moment
Show the
to
gambit line.
tell some of y'all that if you think the French is boring, I'm gonna retaliate by saying that that's because you are playing it boringly. If you know the theory of the French, alright, you can go into a line that's very sort of exciting for both of you. But you must come to an agreement because not everyone likes to play this line. We shall play the classical line. So once again, e4, e6. e4, d5. Right? We develop. I develop. And then we play the I pin you pin me variation. Alright, complicated so far. Now, what's the one move that you think you're winning but not actually winning for white? Taking advantage that this knight is pinned. Too hard for these guys.
You take the pawn, right?
Sorry? Take the pawn.
No. I saw.
Take the pawn. No, I want to take advantage that this knight is pinned.
e5.
Right? It's as though now my knight cannot move. But this is a book move. How can my knight be pinned and it's still a book move? We have h6. And now I'm giving you a few options. Either you trade, I trade. You can take my pawn, and then we play rook g8. Alright, this is a sort of exciting game for black and white because white hasn't developed any of his king side, and then black is looking to attack on this one. Alright? Second option, bishop takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. And then many grandmaster would sort of say whether you want to play rook g8 or you want to play king f8. In this case, you don't castle. Castling is not exactly the best.
What about queen takes f6?
Queen takes is okay. However, I think theory says that you want your queen here, if I remember correctly. But queen takes is okay. Lastly, we play the retreat variation. And then it's the same thing again. Pawn takes, And then it's still debatable which one you want to defend, whether... Okay? So you all can try this out with your friends, playing the French. Now, I didn't decide to show a master's game because most French games go above like 70, 80 moves to the end game. Yeah, that's what the French is famous for, solid, boring. So I don't want to bore you all with that. I shall show you one of my games, which I played during the competition.
Just show again,
The one whereby we got trashed by NTU and US. So I think, I'll not show you everything, but he sort of like psyched out afterwards. Alright, as I said, French is my favorite opening. I played the French against him. He played knight f3. Normal move. I just continued with my plan. And I think he was not familiar with the French. So he played bishop b3. I take, takes, and I attack the bishop. Alright? So far, okay, no problem. Now he played a strange move. He defended his bishop with knight c3. Alright? So my idea is if I can get rid of this knight, I get the bishop for free. Right? So what move did I play to sort of threaten the knight?
Bishop.
Right? I played bishop. So far so good. Pretty normal, right? Nothing's happening. But as always, I say if beginners can attack something, you all attack something. So what's a natural move you all would play here?
Pawn.
What? Pawn?
As in the pawn in front room.
Pawn with the-
A3.
E3.
This one?
Yes, yes.
And then move forward. But it's a blunder.
Bishop takes c3 and then knight takes e4.
Bishop takes. I think he played this. Now this was when I think Jonathan and Timothy were sitting next to me. But I took about 2 minutes to I took 2 minutes to consider this move. I was like, did I miss something? Maybe I missed something. So I thought maybe this, and then he has something else. He has nothing. Alright? So he continued on for a few rounds. He played bishop. I'm not sure why he played bishop.
Wait, so he actually played that move, right?
He played that move. He played this move. Alright, so if let's say we rewind the clock, how would you defend the bishop? Play a natural move defending the bishop.
Move the pawn b3.
On b3, yeah. Right, your knight is pinned, but it's fine because after takes. Knight takes is a blunder. Right, pawn takes. So I thought he would play that. So after he played
That's not a blunder, it just...
After he played a3, I was thinking for a while, did I miss something? And I keep checking, spending 2 minutes. I can feel that Timothy and Jonathan is telling me to take the pawn. But I think it's okay. We played a few more moves. I want to talk about a particular move. I think it's here. Now, over here it was his move. He thought for a while. And I thought to myself, he's definitely going to play knight e5. Because apparently when you can play knight e5, you'll choose to play knight e5, and then he played knight e5. And now my plan is just to play normally. Okay? So I think this sort of play until 50 over moves in the end game, and then I push the pawn, got a queen, and then I won. Now I wish to, before there is a sort of problem with the French. Unlike most opening, the French has this unique feature, sort of a problem. Now, no matter which variation you play, this is called the French bishop. Reason being, it is a piece that if you can trade off, you trade off. Else, let's imagine that all the pieces are off the board. This is your weakest bishop. It can only move in this diagonal, and it's blocked by all your pawns. Right? Which is why nowadays I tend to, if given the possibility, I would play this move. Right? If they trade, I don't really mind. If they don't trade, then it's the rigmarole. Okay. Now, if you're interested in the French, you can look at Grandmaster Victor Crochnoy or Tigran Petrosyan. Okay, both are very positional player. Very boring players as well. They average about 100 moves per games. But the one good thing is, if you play e6, you dodge a lot of gambits. Your opponent cannot play. Your opponent can't play the Scandinavian because you didn't play the Scandinavian. If you play e5, you might walk into this kind of line. If you choose to walk into this kind of line.
That's not really good.
If you don't like the Ruy Lopez,
You can don't play the Ruy Lopez.
it walks away from a lot of theory. And if you know the French very well and your opponent doesn't, you can psych them out as well. Alright, so try it out. Maybe you can try the weird, crazy variation with your friends. And with that, happy Valentine's.